This painting here with the door,
See?
you have an incredible mastery of the light. Was that something that came to you naturally, or did you have to work at it?
No, in general, that was taken from my house. It's, but really, no, the problem is, if I have the model in front of my eyes, somehow the model, the idea I have of a painting is something that is between the real reality and the way I see it. I have never worked with something that is pure invention, like an abstract work. So I like this kind of play between object and expression. So when I paint something that I see, I try to put as much as I can of that kind of feeling I see that somehow is told by the object and sometimes is felt by me. Like I can point with the finger, well, this is what I am interested in. Like in the still life particularly, I think the colors, for instance, those pinks in the teapot there, they were pink, the models, but you might make it exaggerated, but it's like, it's a way of showing exactly what I want to say about that. I mean, it's a better feeling. It's something that I have seen, for instance, in Morandi. Morandi has been working with well, he has a very, very common life. He would live with his two sisters for all his life until he would travel. Most of his travel was in a trolley to go to teach in the University of Bologna. But he had the same bottles and painted the same bottles for years and years. And you see the same bottles repeating and repeating. But the thing is that every time is slightly different. And it's always interesting. And that's, well, it's an aspiration, no? But who knows? Only the people can tell that. Because once you put something for people to see, the people are as qualified as yourself to talk about them. I mean, you are one voice among several other voices.
Well, you said that you paint usually, you try to bring out what you see. Where do you get the emotion from in the human pictures, such as the Annunciation back there on the wall? How do you bring out the emotion in the face and in the
The
person?
one with the dog? Well, I have a vague idea. When I don't work with a model, I have a vague idea. Something I think it might work. So I begin with sketches, small sketches with pencil. And I go with bigger sketches with trying to figure out what calls me about that particular thing. And then probably reach a halfway, some sketch that kind of satisfies me, where I see the possibilities, and then I go and begin working the painting itself. And then work and work there until I see that I reached what I wanted to reach, or I didn't. Well, it depends on. But that's the way. It's strange because as I work without models, somehow the idea has to be attractive to me. Like I say, I could paint that. That happens very easily when I see something. But when I imagine, I have to really have something in place. So I really can't begin thinking, but I have to immediately begin to work. And then when I work, I can see what I want to do. But I really like paintings that are not really shown. I mean, even if this is big, but it's never like egoistic. I don't think I am egoistic. I think I am. Maybe I am egoistic at the bottom. But I think that the paintings try to be humble in the sense of respectful. I try to find a common ground between what is there and what I feel, and that's it.
Alfredo, I understand from Katrina that you painted yourself in that picture. Is that true?
Well, exactly. See,
Yeah.
I'm hiding in the back because it's like trying to do something about like a metaphor of life, and somehow the artist down there trying to portray that kind of flow, and at the same time kind of disappearing behind it. But that's also a possibility. You never know. That's what I say. If you see it, it's okay. If I see it myself alone, it's easy. So, and well, and also there is a subject of women there that has to do also with my past in Argentina. In Argentina there is a social institution which are the maids. And a maid is someone that lives in the house, in general to help with the domestic chores. And is something like class struggle in a nutshell, because you pay them, they work for you. You see, the lady of the house is paying her, so she thinks she needs to have some amount of job done there. And of course, probably the people that work for you will try to resist that very much and not work that much as, but also there is a relation of love, and maybe also the relation of hatred, because the relation is very intimate, that they sleep there, they live there, and also with the kids, they have authority over the kids because they cannot let the kids run around. So somehow, for me, they are admirable. And what I try to do there is try to make a small homage to those ladies that are really humble workers, of which nobody never makes some allusion. So I think it's something deserved. So this is not the only one. Modigliani have made plenty of, all the women they have with those aprons are maids, but or maybe without the aprons too. but that's the idea of that kind of thing. So,
I wanted to ask you about the women characters, the females in the painting, because over there, one that really impressed me, I was attracted to it by one of my students, where the military man is dancing with a dead woman. And then the one at the corner, that's called the corner.
Is that we had that bad thing of having a military dictatorship which was pretty bloody. We were not anymore in Buenos Aires, but the news were pretty bad. Part, the fact that we are here is because we left for Mexico thinking we were going to be on a trip to study for about 9 months.